Welcome aboard Wednesday's Market Intel Brief here at TOPGUN Options. Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz. I apologize to my members for having to cancel the accelerated retirement brief. I had a long hit with Fox News at the top of the hour at 11, and they asked me to hang out waiting for the president's NATO press conference, and it still hasn't gone off. So I promised to knock out this video to get my members and folks on YouTube up to speed. It's over, folks. I'm not going to say everything I said at the top of the hour on Fox News, but man, you know, the president wants a deal, wants peace. You can tell it. You can see it that the guy just doesn't, he's a deal maker, not a war dude, doesn't want endless wars. Well, he was in endless negotiations and Iran breaking the ceasefire, so it's over with. You could just read his body language over in Turkey, and it's, you know, I'm channeling my inner Curtis LeMay. We need massive, overwhelming firepower, shock all to level the Iranian regime. Unless you all are okay with a radical Islamic regime getting a nuclear weapon who screams death to America and wants to kill as many of us as humanly possible. That's the choice at this point, folks. They started this war 47 years ago. It is time to end it. So what's this have to do with trading? Everything. Obviously, the S&P 500 is down 1% right now. I just sent out a tactical trade alert to get on a bullish volatility spread out to August. Let's give it a month, man, because the president is saying it's over with, and we're going to hit him hard again tonight. We might see a big spike in oil. We are seeing a spike in oil, but a bigger spike in oil and a big spike in volatility. So I just blasted out a tactical trade alert to my members. It's right there. I'm going to show you this report on volatility. It's right there. It's a checklist for trading volatility, and then the August 26 bull call spread. Now, before I show you this checklist, if you have no idea how to potentially profit as others panic, and there's a lot of panic right now in the market, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, this ain't hard, folks. This ain't rocket surgery. I can teach you how to profit as others panic. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, this time next week at 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm going to knock out 2 live trade briefs. The primary brief on Tuesday and the accelerated retirement brief Wednesday morning. And then I'm going to do a third session Wednesday night at 8 Eastern to show you our sample options weapon school training, the type of industry-leading training you're going to get here at TOPGUN Options. Nobody else does this, folks. They'll give you a death by PowerPoint slides and ask you to join their stuff. I don't. I open up the doors to my squadron, let you walk around and see current flight operations with current members. And then if you like it, you can join our squadron, okay? Real quick, go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. And just for opting in, folks, I'm going to give you a copy of our Bullish on America trade. If you believe, and this is going to end, folks. It'll end, right? We're not going to be at war with Iran forever. Something's going to end. Oil will recover, and the markets will move up and to the right. Get bullish on America now, especially during this pullback, okay? So just for opting in, I'll give you my Bullish on America trade. Oh, and by the way, 83.5% return in the last quarter. How'd the last quarter look? It looked pretty volatile, did it? It was one of the most volatile quarters, up, down, since COVID. If I can print nearly an 84% return in a volatile market, folks, why aren't you here right now, right? So anyway, again, it's over with, and a game back on with, well, it's not a game, deadly consequences. But folks, look at this. When the VIX spikes, look at this. I just sent this out to my members. I took a snapshot. 2018, why? I wanted to go a little pre-COVID, to today. Look at the COVID crash. Hey, that's the name of your book, Wiz. It is. COVID crash, from panic to profit. But look at the COVID crash. All the way up to 82. Man, I could have gone back to when I was in the Chicago Board of Trade, 2008, the global financial crisis. I went over to the CBOE, to the VIX pit, when it was up at, what did it hit, 90? I even forget what it hit then. But look at this. COVID crash, and then the tariff crash. When the VIX is elevated, you buy. When it's down here at its resting heart rate, you hedge, right? Look at this scale. buy up here, you scale in up here, you hang when it's kind of in the middle, and then down here, hedge. I mean, yesterday, what's the VIX at right now? It's, up at 18 right now. Below 15, folks, you got to hedge. Look at this. It's pennies on the dollar. Look at what below 15, complacency zone. Nobody's hedging. So protection costs pennies. Folks, I never went flying in the F-18 Hornet or the L-39 without an ejection seat, man. So when volatility is cheap, go buy protection. This is when we buy options, not sell them, blah, 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 blah. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, is in Operation Fear Premium, a tactical trade alert I just sent out to members. I give you everything I just talked about and the trade that I just placed. I got filled on a bull. Let me zoom in a little bit. A bull call spread out to August. If something's going to happen, it's happening right now, and it's going to happen tonight. The president's just jumping on with the press conference. It's going to get worse, right? The Iranian regime is like, hey, we own the Strait of Hormuz. Well, you don't, and we do, and now we're going to fight. We're going to fight for the Strait of Hormuz. Does the president take out Karg Island, where 90% of Iran's oil is processed and stuff like that? Man, it's going to get worse before it gets better, right? So for all my Tactical Trade Alert members and Lifetime, just go over here to Tactical Trade Alerts and click right there. The trade is posted. Looking at look at the open interest at the 25 strike, 141,000. Look at the open interest at the 30 strike, 155,000. That to me, and look at in between. There's a ton of open interest, folks, and the VIX is at 18 right now. So there's a lot of people out there hedging for the next 30 days that we're going to see a market implosion and a spike in volatility. This is the cost of doing business. You don't lose money on a hedge. What do I mean by that, Wiz? If I put this bull call spread on and peace breaks out and the market rips, I lost money. No, you didn't. You're a weirdo if you sit at your desk once a month and write a check to USAA or State Farm for your auto, home, and life, and you go, man, what a waste of money. Weird people think like that. Man, I don't even know I have insurance on because it's on auto debit. You know when I know I'm glad I have insurance on? When some blue hair rear ends me in God's waiting room, Boca Raton, or God forbid something happens to the house. So you do not lose money with a hedge. With a trade, you lose money, right? I don't place a trade unless I'm pretty damn certain I'm going to make money. So with TOPGUN options, I actually have a hybrid of those two. It's called a tredge. It's a trade that I'm pretty damn sure is going to make money, and it'll serve as a hedge to protect my long-term bullish position. So here's what I'm going to do. During the Full Throttle next week, I'm going to talk about both of these things. I'm going to talk about trading volatility, and I'm also going to show you a tredge, a trade that acts like a hedge. Okay? Again, to opt in, head to go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. You can get the Bullish on America report, and you'll be opted in to attend the three live trade briefs next week. Wiz, I'm working during those times, fill in the blank. Register, and I'll get you access to the replays because we have a lot to talk about, man. New strikes on Iran significantly stronger than earlier attacks as the IRGC targets U.S. Navy warships. My first boat is there, man, the Abraham Lincoln. I deployed on the Lincoln. I flew combat sorties off of the Abraham Lincoln in that region. I almost shot down an Iranian helicopter that was flying right at the aircraft carrier. I thought it was a kamikaze. You can read about that in my book, From Sea Level to Sea Level. This is going to get worse before it's going to get better. Hell, Ukraine is short of Patriot missiles. They finally, I think the president announced that we're going to give you a license. You can make your own to use them. So while that might be kind of good news for Ukraine, it's bad news for everything. Backing Vladimir Putin into a corner, folks, ain't smart in my opinion. If we wake up one day and Kyiv is literally gone, it's a parking lot, I'm going to say I told you so. I want peace, man. I don't want war with Iran. I don't want war with Russia and Ukraine. I want peace. I don't want war with China, Taiwan. But if it has to happen, God forbid, it should be as violent, overwhelming, and horrific as humanly possible so it ends quickly. But we're going on, what, year 4, 5? in Ukraine. And then obviously, what are we on? 6, 7, 8 months here? I've lost count with Operation Epic Fury. Mr. President, finish the job so the rally can continue. Quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, both pullbacks. Let's look at the past 2 years. This pullback right here, folks, is Trump induced. That's the Operation Tariff. This Operation Epic Fury. Take out Epic Fury and the tariff war. This market would be ripping straight up and to the right. This is why you do the bullish on America trades. I did one right here at the tariff low on April 27th last year. I got out like, what was that, 6, 7, 8 months later for a $20,000 profit, man. These bullish on America trades, the market moves up and to the right, folks. It won't be a straight line. We're going to get some pullback. God forbid the Democrats win something. If they win the House, it'll be nonstop impeachment for 2 years. Trump will be impeached. Hegseth will be impeached. Elon Musk will be dragged in front of, subpoenaed, and they'll rip apart Doge and what he did, and then they'll rip apart SpaceX contracts. That stock's going to get hammered. Man, I'm over my 10 minutes here, but man, there is so much to talk about next week. And with all of that going on, 83.5% return last quarter. Absolutely destroying the indices, absolutely destroying the so-called smart money. Come check us out next week. Go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Whiz out.